In this video, I want to help you understand and I want to tackle Google Drive and Google Docs. And so let's just jump right in and talk about these two features. So first of all, Google Drive and Google Docs are interlinked, interrelated, they're connected. Drive is simply the nomenclature or the name for the cloud storage system that Google uses or offers. Their file storage system is called Drive. It is simply a place where our files can be stored and organized. Files of all types. So documents, spreadsheets, photos, PDFs, videos, any number of formats of things that you would use on your computer or in the internet can be stored on Google Drive. So let's take a look at Google Drive and just kind of give you a picture of what it is. So what you have here is My Home for Google Drive. It's just the home area, and they give you a lot of different ways to organize your files and folders or the look that's here. So let's just start here. This is your typical list view. You can also use this over here to switch over to an icon view. So you have a list view and you have an icon view. And they have all these different areas that you can look into. Mostly what I want to do is talk to you about My Drive. Now, with the email address that you've been assigned comes a full set of features that are for use for you individually, accessible to only you. Even within the ecosystem, the Emmanuel TO ecosystem that is our Google Workspace, your drive are files that are only accessible to you. So whatever you upload to Drive is only accessible to you until you choose to share those with other people. And sharing can come in many different ways. Now, for instance, let me just pick a file. This is a PowerPoint file, and I can, when I highlight it, I get lots of different things, like these little icons pop up over here, and the little hamburger pops up as well. So you have a share opportunity here, and you also have a share opportunity here. So if I just click on this, and let's just say this is something that I want to share with Kathy in the office. It's the PowerPoint for the November 6th, 2022 service. Then I would just type in her name, send a message, and send it over to her. In her account, she'll get a notification and an actual email that says Steve has shared 11.6.22 PPTX with you. And that's one of the ways that I'm able to share. The other way I can share is by copying the link. Now, again, if I copy a link and here you see it's restricted, only people with access can open the link. So I would have to then choose something else if I wanted to share it with everyone in Emmanuel. That means everyone who has an emmanuelto.org account, or I can just totally open it up and share it with anybody who has the link and make it totally accessible that way. And that's probably the easiest way to share if you're sharing it with someone outside the emmanuelto.org ecosystem, is to make it available to everyone. So, but again, these are all your files until you decide to share them with somebody else. And that is this area called My Drive. And if you do this down arrow, it gives you all the different files that you have in your drive. So you can set it up just like you do on your Windows Explorer or your Finder in Apple. It works very similarly to that. Now, if someone shares something with me, for instance, that file that I said I was going to share with Kathy, I can find files that are shared with me individually from other people here. And you can see all of these different people have shared these different files with me. And so those refer to files shared with me. Now it's a little confusing. if I move up one to this shared drives, one of the features of the workspace is that we can create an area, a drive, a shared drive where many people can put files and access files. So these aren't my personal drive files. These are files and folders that are in a shared space. Now, you designate, or we designate, or the owner of these drives, these shared drives, designates which people these are shared with. So for instance, we have a session shared drive. It's shared with 23 people. That sounds like a lot, and it is. That's going to change. The reason there's 23 people in there is because of the resistance that many people have to using an Emmanuel TO account. In the past, we have offered to share that with their personal accounts. That's going to come to an end. We're going to move away from that so that we don't have the security issues that are raised when we do that. So I'm hoping that if we've already done that with you, it's not too painful for us to rescind the permission we've given you. All new people will only have access via their Emmanuel TO accounts, and everyone who is now using a separate personal account, that personal account will be removed from the sharing, and you'll have to access the shared files via your Emmanuel TO account. But nonetheless, session, we have a shared file. Now, this is the same thing that is up here in our intranet. If we go to meetings, and if you remember this section right here, shared folder session, it is exactly the same thing. So we basically have just provided this area for you to access directly from the portal, but you can also get there from your Google Drive account. That's where it's located, is in shared drives. So there are lots of shared drives. Not all of those are accessible to everybody, and there are good reasons for that. So that's what the shared drive is. You can also have this access of the most recent ones. I find I use this quite a bit when I'm looking for a file. Instead of scrounging around looking for it, I usually pull up recent. What you should also know, just in general, I'll mention this here briefly, about every part of the Google world. Google started out, and their claim to fame and their main business is search. So they have built fairly robust search features in every one of their applications. So really what they would prefer you do, and the way this works is, as they think about putting things together, say the bottom line is we think you ought to be able just to search for whatever it is you're looking for. And search will search in the title and within the document with all those different features. You should be able to find whatever it is you need by searching. So with every Google app, you will find a very prominent search bar. And the reason for that is that they really want you to utilize search. This over here is a filter. So you can really hone in your search by using that filter. Once you figure out and habituate yourself to using the search feature in Google, it will be something you use quite a bit to find the things that you need, and it really lessens the time that you will use looking for stuff. So this is Drive. This is where you store folders or files and different items like media, videos, spreadsheets. It's confusing for some, the relationship between Drive and Docs. So let me just explain that to you by going here to the new. If I want to add anything new to my Drive, whether it's a folder or a file or to upload a full folder, I would do it here. I can also, from this place, start a new doc, which would just be a document. Very similar to what Word does. You just open your Microsoft Word and you start a new document. That's all that Google Docs is an online word processing system. And so they call their documents docs. Their spreadsheets, the equivalent of something like Excel, is in what they call sheets. Their equivalent to PowerPoint is called slides. They also have Google Forms, and then you have other things as well. In fact, this is where we created our portal, is with Google Sites. And just for your information, you can create your own website there for free as a member of the Emmanuel TO website workspace. So if I go over there to Docs, I can now start a blank document or start a document from a template. A blank document will just open a blank document. You need to title it and supply whatever it is that you'd like to do there. The other thing you can do from here is start a document from a template, and I have supplied one template for you that you can use at Emmanuel Presbyterian Church, and that's a template to submit monthly reports. So you can, if you decide to do it, and this is the easy thing for you to do, is you want to write a report. And so here are the three areas that we would want you to write a report. You'd insert the date, you'd insert the area of ministry, and you just fill in those blanks. That would be an alternative to using the form. Remember, there are forms here where you can submit a monthly report, and you'll see that it has the same three areas: events that should be highlighted, concerns that you have, and what's on the horizon. The only difference is when you do that, that comes to me, and then I would put that in a format that everyone would be able to access. If you did it this way, where you wrote your own report and submitted it to me, same thing, I would just include this into the reports for the month. All right, so if you go to a document, the document editor, this is Google Docs. You find it's very similar to any document editor, has all these different tools that you can use to create a document. Now here's where the confusing part comes. You can also access documents from what's called the Docs home. So if I click on this link here, it brings me to the Docs home, and I can start a new document here, and I can access documents that I've created here before. Now this is basically limited to Docs. It doesn't have your spreadsheets. It doesn't have your PDFs. It doesn't have your videos. All of those are in Drive. Again, very similar to a Word, to Microsoft Word, where you open up Word and you go to the open, it will bring up all the documents that are accessible to you. It won't bring up PDFs or videos or pictures. So it limits the files that it reveals to you based on the usage of the app itself. So here, because this is Docs, it just brings up all the docs. All right, you can get back to Drive as well from here, or go to any of these other places to find these different things. So for instance, if I have spreadsheets, I can go there. It opens up a spreadsheets space, and it shows me where all my spreadsheets are. I can go to forms, same thing. It will bring up all the forms that I have created, and I'll be able to access them from here. Or I can return to Drive, where all of those different files are collated and collected in one place. So all of my docs, all of my forms, my sites, my sheets, my slides are all here. Hope that helps. If you need any help with setting up a Drive or understanding shared features, how to share, how to start a document, all those things, I am happy to help. Let me know. I'll be happy to come do a house visit, help you on your personal computer, or meet you at a coffee shop with your laptop. Let me know if I can help you in any way.